everybody, welcome back. I hope we are well. It feels like eons since I've done a Feelings and Faves video. Time has passed and here we are. We're in July. We're over halfway through the year, which seems fucking bonkers, really. We're now closer to Christmas. It's just scary. It's just like, oh my God, I've had more year than I am gonna have year. And that just like, oh my God. Sometimes I'm just like, all the things I intended on doing, I've got less time to do them. Even though I have ticked off some things that I intended on doing, which is great. I'm gonna actually do a video very soon, which is reflecting on resolutions and how I feel about them, what I've managed to do and what I haven't managed to do. But anyway, we're talking about the now. We're talking about the past couple of months, May, June time, as we are now entering July. What have I been doing? How have I been feeling? Oh. I suppose firstly, it's worth noting, hang on, I'm just gonna lower you down a bit. We're at eye level now. The past couple of months have been really great. I definitely feel that I am a summer kind of gal, and definitely been living my life through various different phrases, which is the one that I've spoke of many times before, and I get DM'd quite a lot saying that people are doing the same, which is, what does Helen want? Which basically means if you are ever in decision paralysis, I like to call it, where you just can't do anything because you don't know what you want to do, or you're confused, or you find yourself by default putting other people first or what you think other people want first before your own needs. Or if you're making up excuses, the best thing to say is obviously, what does insert name want? So I'm always saying to myself, what does Helen want to do? What does Helen want right now? I answer the question and then I go do the thing, or I go just live out that request that I've given myself. That especially comes handy when it's like, I don't know, comes around to the weekend, or I'm trying to think of like ways to plan my day, or I'm trying to figure out ways how to spend my evening. And sometimes we do things because we feel like we need to do them, or that we should be doing them, when sometimes you just ask yourself, what do I want? One of my favorite examples was just buying an oven pizza and playing PlayStation for like 6 hours. That's all I wanted. That's actually truly deeply what I wanted to do. So I went and did it, and it was the greatest. Or even things like, I actually want to start getting up earlier so I can make the most of my day, and actually just fucking doing it, rather than being all like, oh, but I'll be tired, or just get up and just fucking do it, because you know it's going to make yourself feel better or happier. That's just an example. And then the other example is basically just saying, why not? Yeah, why not? I've been very much of a yes person recently, and especially with the summer, I have been embarking on so many summer activities, and just I basically feel like I've been living on holiday in my own city, in my own county, and I'm having the best time, like getting up early on a Saturday morning to go to the beach for a dip. You know, it's already warm out, the sun is shining, it's glistening on the water. That in itself makes me all emotional, because like nature and natural beauty just gets me right in the heebie-jeebies. Walking the dogs along the beach, no one's about, you're there before everybody else, and then you go for a dip, and then when you finish, you get back to your car, it's only like 10 o'clock and you've got the rest of your day, and you've already done something that's so fucking nice. And likewise, if a friend goes, hey, do you want to go paddleboarding? Yeah, why not? Do you want to come over for dinner and we can cook something nice and have some wine? Yeah, why not? Rather than thinking about things too much and thinking of logistics and thinking about all the other stuff and responsibilities I have, I'm just like, yeah, why not? And then deal with it all later. But I have been like living my best life. Like I said, I feel like I've been living on holiday in my own city, in my own county. I'm very lucky to live in Norfolk. I think as I get older, I definitely appreciate it more and its beauty and what it has to offer. And I've been doing things recently that I've never done before, like whilst living here. And I do think that all this free time that I have for myself, especially being single and selfishly not having to, actually no, it's not fucking selfish, not having to consider anybody else and just doing what I want, not having to like check in on anyone else or just make sure that, that they don't want to see me, or, ringing up to let them know that I'm going to be home soon, all that stuff that comes with being in a relationship. I haven't had to do. So I've just been going out with mates or by myself and being out for as long as I want to and not having to consider anyone. And it's really, really nice. And I'm really just loving my life right now because I am just full on having Helen time and I'm not regretting any of it. There are times though where I definitely do feel a bit like lonely. Sometimes, I don't know. Sometimes it's nice to come home and have someone to talk to and talk about your day. That's the only thing. Like, I don't really like going home. I do like going home. I love going home to relax and stuff. But sometimes I'm just like, I don't want to go home yet. I'm out having fun and I don't want to go home to an empty house and have no one to talk to. That's not saying I can't be on my own, because I most definitely can. But I guess the only time that I feel lonely or on my own is at home. So sometimes I want to avoid that feeling by not going. I obviously do. But then sometimes I really enjoy being at home and in my own space. But yeah, that's the only time that I ever feel like, oh, it would be nice to have someone, is like sometimes in the evenings where I'm just like, oh, I'm a bit bored. And I'm also noticing my own restlessness. I think that as I have this time for myself and I have like full control over what I'm doing, I definitely noticed the activities or the things that I did because I thought I had to, i.e. like in the evenings you sit down and plonk yourself in front of the TV and just like watch TV, and I thought that that's what you had to do. You had to sit down and relax and unwind. And if I'm being quite honest, I can be quite a restless person, and I sometimes just like to just keep doing things. Like, I just like to keep going. And then I'll have a few weeks of being super, super busy, and then I'll have a week like last week where I did barely anything because I felt tired, I felt a bit burnt out. And to me, that is my time to sit in front of the TV in the evening, because I'm just not very good at doing that all the time because I don't want to, and I've still got so much beans in me that want to keep going. That's the ADHD speaking. But I'm very also aware of when it is my time to sit down and relax. And I'm like, right, I'm really craving some just TV time or PlayStation time. I just want to sit and play Hogwarts Legacy or something. Go fly on my broomstick for like a few hours. So I do it. I do that. I like listen to my body and the call, and I respond to that adequately. But no, so yeah, that's about it really. I'm loving my new office life. Here we are in the studio. Today we have a off-white backdrop. It's previously been a pale brown. I got the opportunity to go to Texas, to Dallas and Houston and Fort Worth for a travel opportunity to go and make travel content, which I was really, really excited about and cool. It's interesting to see yet another place in the world. And I just love the opportunity to go create and take photos, because I don't know, like obviously I love shooting YouTube videos and I like making reels and I like the creative side of the shop, but I'm kind of stuck to the confines of this space and within the boundaries of the kind of content that I create. So getting out in the world and being able to take travel content, just like lifestyle pictures, just like documentary style footage, scratches that kind of creative itch that I often get, being someone that kind of has always had a lust and a love for like documenting things, document like when I was doing photography and when I went to university doing film and photography, both courses that I did, I very much centered my work around documenting people. And I did portrait photography, I did documentary style portraits, which were always like inspired by Martin Parr. I love Martin Parr's work, and other kind of street photographers that just took pictures of people. And then moving on to university, when I did film, all of my projects were small portrait documentaries of people that I found quite fascinating. So I know it's just travel, and I know it revolves around like my experience of traveling, but it's just meeting people and talking to people, locals, and like hearing the stories that they have to tell. And I find all that really fascinating. And I ask people so many questions, and I'm always engaging with people and chatting to people for ages when I go away. So that part of travel is like, I love it so much. So I got new hair recently. I went for some tape and extensions because I thought I'm feeling really good about myself. As you've probably seen in the previous video that I made, I've lost over 2 stone now, which is roughly 15 kilograms. I picked up a 15 kilogram weight at the gym today, and I was like, oh my God, I've lost this much weight. That's mad. If you haven't seen that video and you're interested in the topic, by all means go watch it. If you're not interested, absolutely fair enough. But I feel so good in myself. Obviously that's not a reflection on like size, like a smaller size equals happiness and all the awful like negative connotations that kind of come around that. But for me, it's more of the achievement, the fact that I was able to stick to something. I was able to not basically stay focused and stay on track. For someone like, again, an ADHDer, staying focused and on track and not getting bored of novelty is really, really difficult. And I found that was always the case previously when I was dieting or trying to shift a bit away, and it never really worked. And I was kind of like in this, I think I'm happy, but I also know deep down that I'm not. And I'm kind of at the size that I've previously was and stayed at. And I just feel like a more comfortable version of myself. And I'm really into like the gym and fitness and weightlifting. And I am just starting out kickboxing as well, because it's good for fitness, but also I want to learn how to be fucking hard nut and kick people in the head. No, I'm not going to do that. No, obviously not. It's just interesting. It's cool. It gets out a lot. I did a session yesterday, and I just got out, like, just felt so cathartic afterwards. Is that the right word? Just like poo, 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 pew, pew. Like it just released this really amazing energy inside me, and I just felt great. Also, let's be real, good with self-defense, isn't it? Fucking terrifying being a woman at times, so that would also be a bonus, but that's not the sole reason. That's not the primary reason. I'm learning to kickbox so I can beat people up. No. So that was super fun. And just feeling a lot lighter in myself and a lot stronger and a lot fitter, like keeping up with the pace just felt really good. Yeah, and I'm just really loving my lifestyle at the moment, and this newfound respect for balance and being active and always trying to integrate like an activity or like sort of exercise in a fun way into my life. Like I just feel so good and positive about it. My relationship and mindset on it has completely changed, and it's gone from being something that was like, oh god, can't be bothered, oh fucking hell, I'm missing out, or punishable, all these horrible things and languages and terminologies to do with like all that sort of stuff, all the fucking change the language, change the dialogue, change the mindset, and it's made such a positive impact on me, and I feel great. But no, so I got my hair done because I was feeling like, okay, I feel good, and I just wanted to, but yeah, I got tape and extensions. I am probably going to get them trimmed a bit and a bit of the weight cut out, because I'm going to be really honest, it looks marvelous when it's down and curled and wavy, but when I want to tie it up, it hurts. And also I'm concerned that the weight of the new hair is just going to cause issues for my actual hair up here. I don't want this to become weak and break off, because that's the point of one of the other points of me having extensions, is to give my hair a bit of a break, because I had to lighten it in order for it to go copper. And as a result, I felt like there was a bit of breakage. There was a bit of an unhappiness within my own natural hair. Didn't feel as full and as alive as it did before. So I wanted to give it a bit of a break by having extensions. And previously, when I've had extensions, it gave my hair the opportunity to grow. So that would be like, you know, a bit of a pointless thing if it all broke off just because the hair was too heavy. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I feel like it might. So favourites time. Let's talk about some favourite things that I've been bloody loving. My Levi shorts, which I happen to be wearing right now. These are the 501s, and I wanted some new shorts that fit me better. Lovely, they're little hot pants, but my bum doesn't hang out the bottom, which is great, and they're very comfortable. And like with all Levi's, I feel like after a few wears, they just sort of like mold to your body, and they fit even better like after you've had them a few times, and they're just like a staple. These are a staple for me at the moment. I am wearing them all the damn time. Probably only get one pair of them, just cause I don't really want them in any other colours. I just really like this blue colour. It's classic. So definitely check out Levi's, or just try a vintage. Probably loads in vintage shops or charity shops. But I'd go with the vintage markets or vintage shops. They've always got Levi's banging about. Another favourite of mine is this stuff. This is, I talk about this quite a lot, especially if you watch me on TikTok. I'm always slapping this on. So this is the Sol de Janeiro Bum Bum Body Oil. And basically it is a body oil that I put on every morning, especially when I've been tanning. It just makes my body glow. It makes my tattoos pop, gives them like, just brightens them up a bit. And it's long lasting. Like you can notice it all day. Like my skin looks luxurious and it looks glowing and it looks moisturized all day long. Especially when I've been tanning, it just keeps it looking fresh and nicer for longer. And I particularly suffer with dry shins and calf. Like the lower section of my leg, it always has like this haze over it of like dryness. And no matter how much I slather it in body butter and all that, it just always seems to sort of dry out by the end of the day. Whereas this, no, it's keeping me glowing. Highly recommend this. And it smells, lastly, it smells fucking insane. So I've got a new tan on the go. This is Isle of Paradise. You only need to have it on for 4 to 6 hours. I made the mistake of putting it on overnight, first try, just because I didn't even read that it's an express mousse. They kindly gifted it to me. I was like, oh, self-tanning mousse. I'm just going to do a typical me and not read how to fucking use it and then get it wrong and be a total twat about it afterwards, and I've complained. But that wasn't it. It was my stepsister that pointed out to me that it's because I left it on for too long why my hands looked like Benidorm. You know the programme Benidorm? She painted my toes bright pink, hands and feet. I was like, I'm Benidorm right now. Bad fake tan. I'm also still not the best at fake tanning. I do think I get better and better each time. But anyway, this is a really nice tan. I think it lasts really good. Like it lasts like a week. Do you know what I mean? Like I put this on this time last week and I couldn't it's getting me through today, but I definitely need to scrub it off tonight and reapply it. So I need to, when I get home tonight, I am going to just hop in that shower straight away, scrub and put it on and then shower it off before bed. So yeah, hopefully I'll have enough time. That'll be at least 5 hours, won't it? Or maybe I'll do it tomorrow night. No, I'll do it tonight. But great, only 4 to 6 hours, and it is an express mousse and it's a really nice coverage. I really like the consistency of it. I love the gloves that they have. A real good amount of time. So if you're in the market for some tan, this is another one that I would recommend. And they sell it in Boots. And there's a whole array of products that they do. So Isle of Paradise tan, like this, and the spray on oil is also fab because I use the oil to top up my face and my top half here because this always seems to fade really quickly no matter what tan I use. So I'll just spritz myself like this before bed and rub it in, let it dry a bit, get into bed, wash it off in the morning. Perfect. Tops up that glow. These are the Dr. Martin Griffons. And if you're in the market, I love that term. If you're in the market for a pair of Dr. Martin sandals and you don't want to fear breaking them in, get the Griffons because they are instantly comfortable. I already have these in black, albeit the ones that I have in black are slightly different. They don't have yellow stitching and the leather is more of a stiffer patent, but because I've had them years, they're all like floppy, man. They're so comfortable. I've really worn them in and they're great. But I don't have any like cream sandals, and sometimes you just want to do a bit more subtle, a bit lighter. So I bought these and they're bloody fantastic. The leather is very, very soft. I don't know if you can tell just by the texture of it. Very, very soft, very comfortable. I wore them the day I wore them for a whole day and they were fantastic. Absolutely love them. Another purchase of mine recently, which I got in the sale, I don't think it's in the sale anymore, which is kind of frustrating, is my new bag. Initially, it's got this little handle with this lovely knot, but it comes with this extra strap, which you can wear crossbody, and it's by Garni, and it's like a nylon material. The leather strap goes through the bottom, so it's like nice and structured. It's called a tote bag. I don't think it's very toty because I thought a tote was like square, but it's a very reasonable size. It's got the Garni logo on there and it's just massive. I just fit all the essentials in it ever. It's become my everyday bag. I'm such a sucker for just a black bag, but I was like, no, let's add a pop of colour to the life, and I love it. They do it in black and they also do it in a green. If you're up for like a premium sort of brand bag, highly recommend it. I'll put the link to in the description. Okay, so perfume of the moment. Kind of annoyed at myself because I bought this as a travel perfume, but I've been using it every day. Oh my God, hang on. Oh, the lid comes off. I did actually buy a full-size bottle of this, but it's at home. Hence why I've got the travel one. So I'm going to have to... Actually, how would I do that? See if I can top this up. But this is Replica. Autumn Vibes. Maison Monde. And I actually got this little travel size one in Sephora. I thought it was a great idea. A, it means you can try a new fragrance. And B, it's like, look at it. It's perfect for your handbag or if you're traveling. An earthy, addictive fragrance. Cardamom, cedarwood, moss accord. And it is just so fucking excellent. And actually, these together, my oil and this, beautiful, beautiful combination. Recently got my hands on the GHD Curve. It really works well with the extensions, the longer hair. My technique is the curve and twist techers. I do have a tutorial for this on my Instagram. It doesn't look as good on that one because that was before I had my extensions in. And I mean, my extensions really hold the style, which is like a massive benefit of having them, even though they can be a total pain in the fucking ass. Pros and cons of having extensions. More cons, but the pros are pretty damn good. This is a brilliant tool for creating these loose, beachy, messy waves, which aren't like a super neat curl. It's just a nice wave. It's bloody hot today. This look is like the look. This is how I want to look all the time. I feel like I've finally got to a point where I'm how I picture myself in my brain. How I want to look in my brain is how I look now. And I'm really happy with that. And it's a good feeling when you're like, oh, I finally look like the version of me that I want to look like. Woo! So, not saying that I wasn't before. Oh well, I'm saying it. I'm saying that I feel like really good about myself right now. So, I'm not ashamed of that. I think we should, self-love, man. These linen trousers that I have from ASOS, I've got them on black also. Perfect for summer. Oh my God. Lightweight, breathable. I had a pair last year. They are too big. So I bought another pair. I will say, because they've got elastic on the waist, they are very, very, very generous. So I'm now a size 12 to 14, I'd say. But I had to buy them in a size 10 because I bought the 14. Nope. 12. What? Okay. These are too big. So I bought the 10 and they fit perfectly. So just bear in mind, you might need to go down a size or two. Because they have I think they're hourglass ones. So they've got elastic on the waist to fit around your butt and all that. Do you know what I mean? So linen trousers. Wonderful. I love them so much. Last couple of things I want to show you what I'm absolutely obsessing over are my snacks of choice. So first snack of choice, Rice Krispie Square, old school lunchbox treat. I just thought, I was in Asda one day and I was like, cool, I haven't had a Rice Krispie Square in ages. I'm just going to buy a packet. So I did. And I'm like, oh, yeah. This is one of those things. I've mentioned it previously in vlogs, and I love seeing everyone's comments. So if you haven't already commented this, comment below because I just love it. You know, when you were a kid and you weren't allowed certain things because either your parents couldn't afford it or they just were like, no, you can't eat that. That's shit. Or oh no, we're not going to have that version. Rice Krispie Squares was the things that I would have if I was going on a school trip and mum was trying to pimp out mum was trying to level up my packed lunch. I don't know why. I always feel like school trip packed lunches were way better than your regular packed lunch. So I'd always get something like a Rice Krispie Square or a special kind of cake or muffin. So this was always a mega treat, a Rice Krispie Square. So now that I'm an adult and I can buy my own Rice Krispie Square, I feel so chuffed. I'm like, oh my God, I can buy my own. This is amazing. The other thing that I mentioned in the vlog I was referencing to was Ribena. I was saying, you know what? Yeah, I'm an adult. Yeah, I've got a car and a house and a career and all this kind of stuff and a nice life. But the most thing that I'm proud of is being able to buy my own Ribena. That's fucking sick, man. I can buy Ribena. I was never allowed Ribena. I was always actually, to be fair, mum used to get Robinson's Fruit and Barley, which is branded, but Ribena was always a no for some reason. And then obviously little multi-pack crunchies for an afternoon treat. This one's broken. I can feel it rattling. Oh, I'm not going to enjoy eating that one as much. Not a rattlesnake crunchy. Just a little multi-pack one to have as my sweet treat. Be one of these after my lunch or in the evening with a cup of tea. Absolutely beautiful. But these back in my life, obsessed. Oh, just so happy. I love them so much. Dipping a cup. And I wouldn't have square in a cup of tea. But yeah, those are my favourite things at the moment. I'll also keep you updated on my outfits at the Mo on my Like to Know It page. If you don't follow me on Like to Know It or have the app, maybe check it out. I think it's easier to use when you actually have the app on your phone. If not, I'll put the link to my current outfits, fave outfits at the moment. You'll check it out. But that's me, guys. That's me at the minute. Feeling good, feeling great. Yeah, let me know how you're feeling in the comments as well. What you are happy with, what you are unhappy with at the moment. And yeah, let's just spread some positive energy and motivational energy at each other. Because we're all in this together, really, aren't we? We're all trying to just get by, make the most out of life, take each day as it comes. Innit? Anyway, peace out. Love you loads. Have a good day. Bye-bye.